start with only 5%. So we will start a class. So yesterday we had seen about the karst topography, fluvial landforms. Fluvial means what? That can be said as the flowing water also, flowing water, or you can say it as river landforms. So that can be said also as the river landforms. And for the karst topography, remember other names, because see, it is not like that they would ask questions from, but only like they would give the name of karst topography. Sometimes they might give the name like limestone. So they might give the name of limestone topography. So remember that only. And in this karst topography, all those landforms are taking place due to the limestone rock only. So you can say it as a limestone topography also, water topography. So remember all those names. So okay. So today we'll study about the glacial landforms. So we'll study about the glacial landforms and all those depositions as well as the erosion landforms. So that everything we'll study. So first, see, glacial means how all those formation took place, glaciers. So today only two major ice caps are there, that is Antarctica and Greenland. So along with highlands above the snow lines surviving in the world. So these are the introduction. So in that peaks, they are the loftiest mountains. You can say it as the loftiest mountains. And see, glaciers means what? They are up of like some mountains, whether they up of that ice caps are there. So that is the ice cap mountain. So their movement will be happening because every time we are having some global warming. Nowadays we are having the global warming. So because that also movement will be there, that ice caps will be melting. Then also this movement of ice caps will be taking place due to the movement of plates underneath. So because that also will be taking. Then changes in day and night. So because that also movement of ice caps will be taking place. So ice from ice cap creeps comes out in all directions to escape the glaciers. So what is known as the Nunatkas? Remember the peaks of the loftiest mountains projecting out the high ice surface.
தெரியுது. ஒரு மாசம் ஆயிடுச்சுல, ரைட்டா அப்படிதான் இருக்கும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் உனக்கு தான் தெரியும். ஒரு மாசத்துல அப்படித்தானே இருக்கு. ஒரு மாசத்துக்குலாம்
Vishnu Bhagavat, mute yourself.
3 மாசம்.
Vishnu Bhagavat, mute. Okay. So see here. So ice age and types of ice masses. So all those ice age, everything we are studying in the geological time cycle. So when the ice sheets reaches down to the sea, they float as ice slabs. See, ice. Now they are forming into like a solid type, like solid crystal type, those waters. So what they will be having the less density. Ice, they have the less density, and water have the high density. That's why ice floats on the water. So remember this one. This is useful in the science also. So remember this one. So when ice is breaks into individual blocks, then these are called the icebergs. And while floating in the sea, only 1/9 of the iceberg's mass is visible above the surface. So these are all the introductions. So in that we will be having that snow field, then refrozen that will be happening. That in the daytime it will be melting, then again in the night it will be refrozen. So these are all the introduction of ice caps. So you can see, because of ice sheet only, all those ice caps and ice sheet, what is happening? They are taking the shape of glaciers. So all those ice caps are known as the glaciers, group of mountains where they have the ice caps. That is known as the glacier. So glaciers normally assume the shape of a tongue. So broadest at the source and becoming narrow down. Though glacier is not liquid. So glacier means what? It is solid crystal of water. So that is ice caps. But it moves gradually under the continual pressure from the snow accumulated above. So that rate of movement is greatest in the middle where there is a little obstruction. So this is about the glaciers. So there are 3 types of glaciers. So 3 types of glaciers we'll see. One is Piedmont Glacier, then we have the Cirque Glacier, then we have the Valley Glacier. So Piedmont is what? Several glaciers, they are converging to form an extensive ice mass. So they are converging. Converging was they are coming together to form an extensive ice mass. So that is known as the Piedmont. So in this, we will study about the Bajda and Piedmont landforms. So there we will see. See, Bajda will be now here you can understand that Bajda they are in a smaller type shape. So they both will join and they will form the Piedmont. So Piedmont means what? They are converging and they are joining and they are making a extensive ice mass. Then Cirque Glacier, that is in the formed in a cirque, a ball shape. It balls like a ball shape it will be. So that depression on the side or at near mountain. So that is the Cirque Glacier. So Cirque landforms also will study. Then Valley Glacier. So valley is a stream of flowing ice that are flowing in the steep walled valleys. So and often following the course of an ancient river valley. So that is known as the Valley Glacier. Okay. Then how all those landforms creation takes place in the glaciers. How all those landforms creation. See, in physical we study about the like hydraulic action, we study solution, we study about the abrasion, then we study about the attrition, all those. So similarly, see, because of some pressure, temperature, some chemical actions, because of that only landforms are forming. So here what is happening, landforms in glacier, how it is forming? It is due to the two process, or you can say it is a three process. So in this process we have the plucking. Plucking we have, then we have the abrasion, and in the plucking also you can say it as, not in the plucking, in the abrasion you can say it as a plucking and abrasion are the two process, but in this there is one more type, that is scratching. So here if you should know the concept. So plucking is what? Plucking means like a plucking. See, now it is a mountain. So glacier, this ice cap movement is taking place. Okay. So here what is happening? Now this is a steep side. Okay. So steep side means what? Some materials will be here. Now glaciers movement is taking place. So what is happening? All those sediments attached to this mountain, that will be washed away. So that is the plucking. Washed away is what? That above part, extra part will be plucked away. So that is like plucking. So glacier freezes the joints and beds of underlying rocks, tears out the individual blocks and drags them away. So this is known as the plucking. Then abrasion is what? That we are studying. Abrasion is what? Suppose if this is lambent, then it is coming, then that scratching is taking place. So what? It means what? It is that glacier movement is taking place on that mountain only. So it is that scratching is taking place. So in that what will happening? That either it will polish or some surfaces, if some surfaces are there, that rough surfaces. So that due to scratches, there will be some faulting in that. So that also will break down. So glacier scraps, polishes and stores the valley floor with the debris frozen into it. So valley floor it is scratching. So that is known as the abrasion. So this both plucking and abrasion are important in the formation of glacier landform. Then see, now first we should know what is ice cap, what is ice sheet. See, a small parts, solid parts, that is known as the, and they are the shape like you can say it is the cap type. Like how we used to wear cap. So light shape it will be there. So that is known as the ice cap. Now what is the ice sheet? Ice sheet means it will be like the sheets. Rectangular block also you can say. So that is known as the ice sheet. So here what we have, and continental glacier is what? All these formation, like on mountains we have the movement of ice, all those things. So that is known as the continental glacier. So ice caps we have totally less than the 50,000 meter cube. That their volume. Where in the meter square area. Where in ice sheet they are more than the 50,000 meter square, and glaciers are above that one. So in ice caps mostly we finding like in Russia side, Canada side, Iceland, Greenland, all these areas will be finding ice caps. Then ice sheet will be finding in all those important glaciers. That only we have 2 to 3 glaciers. So Arctic, Antarctic, and Greenland we will be finding ice sheets. And continental glaciers was it is like a crust part. So crust means it is a solid. So that you can remember that solid means some mountains will be there. So that on that mountain, that ice caps are present. So that is known as the continental glacier. Or this you can say it as the this continental glacier is also known as the third pole. So this is about the different types of ice caps or different types in the glaciers, that water frozen, that is known as the different types. So here we have ice caps, ice sheet, continental glacier. So now see, now in this first we should know the term of advancing, and then we should know the term of retreat. So advancing is what? That movement is happening. It is advancing. Like you can say in the mountain it is moving this shape, and suppose if on landforms it is there, so it is moving all direction. That movement is happening. So that is known as the advancing. Then retreat means what? Suppose if this is a mountain, suppose if this is a glacier part, ice caps, it is melting, then this parts are, it is melting. So here what is happening? This part become light. So what? Now it melts, then this parts become only up to this. So that is known as the retreat. Here water comes. So that is known as the retreat. Then after that again night will be there, then again that will get frozen. So that is known as the retreat. So retreat means you must remember only this part, that frozen parts have melted. So that is known as the retreat. And advancing is what? It is spreading in all directions. Okay. So how glacial impact the landforms? How it is impacted? Abrasion, plucking, and scratching. So that we have seen. So in that glacial, we have seen that it happens due to the global warming also, and also in the glacier side we have the earthquake also. So see, if there is earthquake, how glaciers? If we have the earthquake, like plates are moving, so all these glacier parts also, they are also on the plate only. So if the earthquake is there on the inside the earth, so this upper part will move. So glacier movement will be there in the upper part also. So that also is affected. Then in erosional landforms, we will see different types of erosional landforms and depositional landforms. See, in glacial landforms, we have different types of erosional landforms and also the types of depositional landforms. So in this valley, then spur, moraine, fjords, see, this part, fjords or fjords, this will come in the coastal part also, and also in this glaciers also. So fjords means what? That will be mostly in the glacier part only. That glacier in the coastal part, see, in glacier also there will be some coast. So that in coastal parts, why it is coming? Because of that glacier, on the glacier we have the coast, so that is known as the fjords. So you will study this in the coastal landforms also. Then we have the glacial troughs. Then depositional landforms, we have till, outwash plain, then cave and estuary. So all these landforms we will study. So remember all these important names, and I will explain now all those landforms. Okay. So see, first we will see about the cirque. So cirque we will see. This is the erosion landforms. So what happens when, see, now this is a glacier part. So when it is melting, it melts. When that it melts, that it takes down the scratches, all those parts, and takes down. Then its formation takes a shape of like a chair type. So a chair type it takes shape. So that is known as the pori. Pori you can say, or you can say. So this type of landforms are also known as the arm-shaped landform. So remember these names: arm-shaped landforms, pori, or CWM. Then see, first we'll see arete. So arete is a erosional landform. So in this arete, what is happening? See, now suppose if this is the mountain, this is the mountain. So what is happening? Now this movement of glaciers are there. So from here, if it is that movement is there and it is melting, so all those particles, some particles settle down here. Okay. So when they settles down here, so this part is known as the arete. When they settles down here, this part is known as the arete, and this upper part is like a point tip, you can say. So this part is known as the horns. So this part is known as the horns. Then also we will study about this U-shaped. So this is known as the circle. So that in later part we will study. So this horns is also known as the pyramidal peak. So remember that name. Okay. Now arete and pyramidal peaks. So that pyramidal peaks is known as the horns, and arete, the settled part is known as the arete. So when two poles cut back on opposite sides of the mountain. Knife edge ridges are formed called the arities. So here, knife edges. So what? When two mountain parts are cutting, that glacial movements are taking place. So those parts are getting settled down here. So these knife cuts are known as the nerve stick. From here, this is so here it is melting, it is coming down. From here it is melting, it is coming down. From up it is melting, then some it is setting down here. So this knife cut it is like a knife cut edges. So this is known as the arity. And this up part we have, that is known as the pyramidal peaks or horns. So when three or more circles cut back together, this region form an angular horn or pyramidal peak. So see here how horn takes place. In this we will study about the U-shaped valley. So remember, U-shaped valley we have in glacier, and V-shaped we have in the fluvial landforms. So suppose if this is the glacial landform, glacial mountain you can say. So here what is happening, when that melting is happening, then here melting happens and it takes the shape of U. Here it takes the shape of U like this. So this particular parts, when it takes the shape of U, it takes in the shape of U. When this U landforms formation has taken place, then in that area, this steep part, so this steep part is known as the pyramidal peaks or horns. So this is known as the horns. Then Faujis cirque or CWM. So that all those we will see. So down slope movement of a glacier from the snow-covered valley head and the intensive setting of upland slopes. So tend to produce where nib or fun accumulate. So that Faujis or cirque or CWM, all those are the same name. So remember, cirque, Faujis is also known as the cirque. So mostly we will be using cirque name only. So remember, Faujis is also known as the cirque and also known as the CWM. So here plucking and abrasion, all those things are happening. So in this, what is happening, when that plucking happening, then that depression, plucking is happening, then here in this part what happens, depression takes place like a U-shape you can say. So when this depression takes place, so that is known as the cirque. So when the depression into a steep horseshoe shape, so that will be also looking like a horseshoe shape. So that is known as the cirque. So in French, in cirque it is known as, then in Wales it is known as CWM, and in Scotland this is cirque is known as the Faujis. Then that rocky edge at the exit of the Faujis, and when the ice reaches west, water collects behind the barrier known as the Faujis Lake or Tarn Lake. So here we have the formation of lakes also. See, this is happening when plucking and abrasion are happening. So what is happening? This cirque is taking a shape like a horseshoe, or you can say like a upper U type. So when that is taking place, so after sometimes what is happening? Now this space, when rocky surface, it has become live. Okay, or you can say it is on the part of like mountain only. So it has become like a circle, or you can say like horseshoe shape only. So there what is happening, after few years when ice is there, then that melting has happened. So in that melting, this water will fill in here. So this type of parts known as the Tarn, or you can say the Tarn Lake. So this you can say it as the Faujis Lake also. So Tarn Lake is also known as the Faujis Lake or Cirque Lake. So remember this name. Okay. So these are the erosional landforms. Then also we will study about the Berg's Sand. So Berg's Sand, what happens? At the head of glacier, where it begins to leave the snow field of a quarry, the deep vertical crack opens up called a Berg's or Rima. So deep vertical cracks here. What happening? When that mountains are leaving, suppose if this is the steepy part, okay, from here again if you have some landforms, so here this glacier is melting, it is coming down, movement is happening. So here there is a crack. So this particular crack is known as the Berg's Sand. So remember this name. So it is known as the Berg's Sand. So remember this name, that crack part is known as the Berg's Sand. So this happens in summer when although the ice continues to move out of the quarry, there is no new snow to replace it. So that particular that fault, the Bergstrand or Rimae. So remember this one. This is also the erosional landforms. See here in this shape also, this erosional landforms taking place. Now this U shape. So glacier on their downward journey are fed by several quarries, scratches, and grind the bedrock with strengthening out any protruding spurs. So that interlocking spurs are thus blunted to form truncated spurs with floor of the valley depend. So spurs we study in the fluvial landforms. So that fluvial water, when that interlocking spurs happens, so through that, when that valley formation, so through that water will be flowing that also. So that happens in the fluvial landform also, and also interlocking spurs will be seen in the U-shaped valley or river lakes. So that U-shaped valley we'll see in the glacial type. So there, like in glacial landforms, also we'll see the spurs formation. So a spurs formation also we'll see there. So see here, U-shaped valley. So V-shape means what? It is like, it is that shape is taking place like a V-shape. Okay. Now U-shaped, what is happening? It will be like, see, lies that formation will happen. Here what is happening? Here this that slopes, you can say that they are in the steep type. Okay, and they're coming here, they are forming a point type, like that the tip is like a point. So here what is happening? See, it is like a this type of thing. So this is a U shape, and through this only when river are flowing, so that is the interlock spur. So this U shape valley means what? It will now here utilized, then again it will go like meandering, then again like meandering. So that type of shape is there. So in that type of shape, that is known as the interlock spur. So this is about the U-shaped valley. In this, we will also see about the river lake. So here, when that U-shaped valley formation is taking place, okay. So in this, now you should understand that hanging valley. So hanging valley landforms formation takes place in the. This is a erosional landforms, and that formation takes place in the glacier. So here, what happens? Now, suppose this is the mountain. So here, what is happening? Now this valley, when there is a crack, so when that water falls, comes through this area, so it will be looking like it is hanging. So this part has gone down and this part is up, and water is flowing through there. So it looks like a valley. So that valley is known as the hanging valley. So and that through that hanging valley, when the water is flowing, that you can say that it is water is flowing, and it is coming and settling on the U-shaped valley. So in the U-shaped valley, there is a formation of like a ribbon, that formation water landform formation is there. So that particular water landform is known as the ribbon lake. So remember this ribbon lake, then remember Tarn lake. So remember this one. So in the U-shaped valley, see here we saw that scratches happen, then that after the scratching that takes the formation of U. That is known as the U-shaped valley, and that water coming from the hanging valley and it is flowing in the U-shaped valley like a ribbon. So like a ribbon where it is flowing. So that is known as the ribbon lakes. Okay. So after the ice has melted, a tributary valley hangs above the main valleys and plunges down as a waterfall. So that from the hanging valley, that water falls like a waterfall. See, like a waterfall, that water is flowing. So this is the U-shaped valley. Okay. Now this water is flowing through this area. So such tributary valleys are termed as the hanging valley. So water, when the water is flowing like a waterfall, you can say here, when that ice melting happening. So this is known as the hanging valley. Okay. So this is hanging valley, and after that, in that hanging valley, when that suppose if water is settled here means okay, and if the water that when the in the U-shape water is falling down, now this part is not ending in this area. So this part you can say it is extending till this area. So in this area, what is happening? That a ribbon shape is taking place. That ribbon shape flowing is taking place. So that is known as the ribbon lakes. So hanging valleys may form a natural head or water generating hydroelectric power. So from this hanging valley, you can generate the electricity also. So remember, through that also you can generate electricity. So this is about the hanging valley, U-shaped valley, and ribbon lakes. So same. Hence the valley which has been glaciated takes the characteristic of U-shape. that glaciation that is happening, so that will take the shape of U. So with a wide floor, wide flat floor. So see, in this Vizhi Valley we have the narrow, but where the U shape we have the wide flat floor, and have very steep sides. So when these sides might be see, this is wide like it is wide, and they have the very steep side like. So that is known as the U-shaped valley. So hanging valley, the main valley is eroded much more than tributary valley. So as it contains the larger glaciers. So that in hanging valley, that main valley is eroded much more than a tributary valley. Now, after the disappearance of the ice, the deep sections of these long, narrow, and glacial troughs may be filled with the water forming. So that river lakes, we study that river lakes, or you can say trough lakes, or you can say it as the finger lakes. So that is looking like a river, or you can say it like a finger. So that is known as the river lakes, trough lake, or you can say it at the finger lakes. Now see here. Now in this sea, now here that water has filled and it is flowing as a waterfall. So this part is in the hanging valley. Okay, now water is flowing from here. Now Kori we have seen that it's like a knife edge. So this is Kori. Then pyramidal peak, or you can say the horns. You can say as the horns. So this is the pyramidal as a knife edge. Then this broken part. Now this knife edge. So now what is happening? Now in the sideway. Here what is happening? This part, now from here, suppose water, this ice movement having taken place, and this part having melted, and here also it is forming like a shape of, you can say that that all those erosional particles have gone down. So now here what is happening? There is a formation of arete. So this is the arete. Then we in that Kori lake also we have. Then moraine. So that moraine will study in the next part. See, moraine means what? Moraine means it is like a, see, when suppose if this is the mountain part, what is happening? Moraine is a deposition landform. So here what is happening? Suppose if this is a glacial island. So here in this what is happening? They are eroding. Okay, and after eroding, when the particles, when all those big boulders are coming and they are settling down in the at the bottom, like you can say at the foot of that mountain. So that big boulders are known as the moraine. And till means what? It will be like fine particles. So till is fine particles, and moraine is that settled part, that is big boulders type. So that is the moraine. So in that moraine we will be studying many parts like terminal moraine also will be there, then medial moraine will be there. So that everything will be seen. Then see this rocky mountains. So here what will happen? Rocky mountains will be seen. So see, this is the landform, glacial highlands you can say. So when that what is happening due to the glacial movements, what is this side is becoming like a steep side. This side is like a steep side, and glacial movement is happening. So now it is going above this one. So when glacial movement is happening and this side becomes steep type. So in this what happens? Sorry. Glacial movement is happening from this side, steep mountains. So this is another, if we have the steep side at the one side, so that is another, that steep side is another Rocky mountains. Okay. So three here, Rocky mountains, or you can say the Rocky mountains. So basically a resistant residual rock or mount stated by the ice movement. So its upstream or straw side is smoothened by the abrasion, and its downward or leeward side is roughed by a plucking. So what is happening? See that leeward side has become roughed by plucking, and where this straw side means what? Suppose if this is the landform here, if this is the landform, so from here, if it is coming from this side, so this straw side now it is a slopey type. So from here this has become like a smooth type. Okay, then this you can say the leeward side. So when that movement is happening, so when it is coming from this part, what is happening? It is plucking all those parts. So that plucking is like a rough part. So in the rocky mines, we believe that plucking may have occurred on the leeward side due to a reduction in pressure of the glacier moving over the Stoss slope. So therefore, providing the opportunity for water to reach on the lee side and plug the rock. So rocky mountains, what one side will be having slope and other side will be having the like a steep side. So that is one of the rocky mountains in glacier. Then crag and tail. So crag and tail is what in the rocky mountains we have that larger rock mass. A crag and tail is a larger rock mass than the Rocky Mountains. So they are formed from the section of rocks. So they are more resistant than is surrounding. So crag means what? Like they are more larger than the Rocky Mountains. So they are a mass of hard rock with a steep slope on the upward side. See, while movement is happening, so when that movement is happening, this will be the steep slope. Okay, which protects the softer leeward slope from being completely worn down by the oncoming ice. So this steep side, what happens? It protects. See, what this glacier movement can't happen from this side because it won't be able to go up. It has a steep side. So that part of rock which has a steep side, that is mass of a hard rock which is bigger than a Rocky Mountain also. So that is known as a crag. So it is therefore has a gentle tail strewn with the eroded rock tails. So here only this side only this debris will be taking place. So here they have the gentle tail. So that is in crag type rock only this end parts where that rock tails are settling down. So that is known as the tail. So yeah, gentle tail is strewn with the eroded rock debris. So rock debris are everything are there. So that is known as the tail. Then crag is like a steep part. This side is steep. So movement will be not there, so that protection is there. And crag is a hard rock, and it has more. It is a larger rock mass than the Rocky Mountains. So this is about the crag and tail. You can see it. This is a steep side, so movement will be that much movement will be not happening. And after in this parts, like if there is some movement, so now this has been, they will be settling down some rock particles. So at the end only two segments, so that particles are known as the tail. So tail is a deposition landform. So remember this one. It is a deposition landform. Let's study about the glacial till. So glacial till we studied. Till means fine sediments and moraine means coarse grain. So that all those eroded parts, they have become very fine particles, small parts. So they are known as the till. And moraine means what? Coarse grain. So here you can see the examples. Glacial deposits comprising a range of eroded materials such as boulder, sticky clay, and fine rock. So it is spread out in seed, not in mounds. So degree of fertility in this till you can say here we have the land which is more fertile. So we have the fertile land here in the till part because that has broken into small parts. It has become like a similar. You can say it has become like a soil. So this till is a fertile land. So till is a fine sediments and moraine is a coarse grain. So they are the depositional landforms. So remember that till and moraine are the depositional landforms. The till are fine sediments and moraine that is the coarse grain. So see, erratics what we will see. Suppose what we have in that erosion is taking place. So after that erosion, after that erosion, what is happening? They have brought some materials down. Okay. And at some place, what happened when they have brought, then it has come on the flat plane. So when they have come on the flat plane, and they see now on the flat plane that energy will be less, movement of glacier, that energy will be less. So you have to learn if some big particles are there, so that big boulders, what will happen? That will be left stagnant at one place only. So their movement will not take place. So that one particle, that big boulders statics. So boulders of regions of there. So that big boulders are known as like this is the actually rocky part. This is not an ice part. So that big boulders are the erratics. So that is erratics because they are composed of the materials entirely different from those of the region in which they have been transported. So they are the different from the ice part. So this you can say this is the rocky part. So through this you can, so if you find some erratics, so by that we can find the direction of the ice movements. So if they have their, see, now that till and moraine we studied, so the smaller parts, in that we can do the farming also. But here what will happen, if suppose at some land forms, that flat plain, if we have this big boulders, that is erratics, so if they have, then there is the hindrance in the farming. So these erratics are also known as first blocks. Then see, when that ice will be melting, so mostly all those landforms, depositional landforms will have at the down only. So that mostly all those depositional landforms are known as the landforms of the lowland glaciation. See, in this lowland glaciation, we have the formation of drumlins. So drumlins what? Suppose if this is a flat area, now this is a glacier. From here, what has happened? After that everything due to global warming, everything has become like a, see, their movement will be taking, then that water will be melting. So what will happen, that at the down they will be forming like a soft sand. Then that through the hanging valley, that water will flow. So that will be coming down. Then again after that, if night is there, it will be melting. So now what is happening, now due to global warming or due to that changes of sun, you can say, and nowadays time is changing. So what has happened? Now in the flat plain, that water was flowing. So what has happened? Now that particular parts, the positional parts have become like a, like you can say, like meandering, it is moving. So these parts are known as the meandering, or you can say legs. Yes, you can see this diagram. It is legs. So these parts in the ice are known as the drumlins. So you can say it as the basket of egg also, or you can say it as a whale back. So there, that upper parts which is visible to us, that will be like a whale back. So that is known as drumlin. So drumlin is a depositional landform. So elongated whale back type hummocks composed wholly of boulder clay with elongation. So in that depositional part, that when water is flowing and that has brought the many parts, so that boulders, when they have taken the shape, they have taken a shape of like a whale back, that is known as the drumlins. So that you can see it as a like low hills, like you can say it as in the flat area, that low hills like 1.5 kilometer long and 60 mm tall. So that they will appear like a steeper on the onset side and taper of the leeward side. So that type of formation are known as the drumlins. So they are referred as the basket of egg, or also you can say the whale back. You can see here, guys, here. Now we have this, see, those glacier parts is flowing and they have sedimented. So this, that formation is taking place like a whale back. So this is known as the drumlins. Then eskers here. Now all those drumlins, or you can say that they have the settled parts. Okay, that it has deposited parts. When that movement was there of glacier, that due to scratching and plucking, also that water is flowing down on the flat landform. So it has settled like a snake, you can say, like this. It has settled. So all these parts are known as the eskers. So this is known as the eskers. So eskers are the sandiest ridges composed of glacial materials, mainly sand. So all they are like a sandy particle. And where these particles, you can say that actually they are also sandy particles flowing, but they have taken the shape of like a big boulders, you can say, or and they are taking the formation of whaleback formation. So that is the drumlins. And eskers means what? Like they have a smaller particle spot settled here, and they have taken the shape of like a snake. So all these parts are known as the eskers. So that they are mainly sandy. So glacial tunnels mark the former sites of subglacial meltwater stream. So their orientation is generally parallel to the direction of glacial flow. So their direction is generally parallel to the direction of glacial flow. So sometimes they might exceed above the 100 kilometers. Then fjord. Fjord means what? Now when that glacier water mixing where the glacier water have the mixing with coastal part, ocean part. So there that water is known as the fjord. So if the glacier flows right down to the sea, it drops down its load of moraine in the sea. So that part, if the section breaks off as icebergs, moraine material will be only drop when the melt. So that type of known as the fjord. So where the lower end of the trough is down by the sea, so it forms a deep side inlet. So what will happen now? These several parts have broken; they have become smaller. So what will happen? So this ocean water also will start coming there, or then their mixing will be there. So that is known as the fjord. So here that all coast formation taking place here is also known as the fjord coast. So this mostly you can see it in the Norway and Chile. So we can call it the Norway and Chilean coast. And see, we study about the moraine. So moraine, we have the terminal moraine, medial moraine. So don't, it's not okay. No need to remember all those names, but you must know. See, now it is coming here. Now this is the big boulders. Here also big boulders. Then from here it has come like this. So it has flowed. So what is this one is known as the middle moraine. This is the middle moraine. So this you can call it a middle moraine. Then when it is terminating, so there it is known as the terminal moraine. So from here, after some other places like small parts are found. So that here it is known as the terminal moraine. So remember types of moraine, we have the middle, terminal. So not remember all those names. So remember only middle and terminal. Okay. Moraines we have studied all those big boulders type that deposition landforms. Okay. Outward plains. So this outward plains it can come in the fluvial landforms also, and also in the glacial landforms. So remember this one. So what is happening that in glacier, when it has melted, see, when it has melted, then it has become water. Then they have that water have washed away some moraine, some big particles. So they have washed away and they have settled down in a group. Or you can say that has become like a land area, or you can say it a continental type. So that is known the outward plains. So the melt water sort and redeposit the material mainly consisting of layers of sand and other fine sediments. So they are settling in the different layers. So such plains with their sandy soils often used for kinds of agriculture such as potato. So that outward plains, that when that water is melted and that have brought everything here. So in that area near the glacier part is known as the outward plains. See now kettle lakes. So kettle lakes, what happens when the like you can say that when the formation of that U-shape type is there. So that when the not U-shape, we study about the cirque. So that when cirque is there, then after that everything has melted, and this land has been this land has been eroded. So formation of cirque took place. So after that the glacier has melted and water has got settled down there. So this you can say it as cirque lake, or you can say it as the kettle lake. It is looking like a kettle. So deposition forms when the deposition takes place in the form of alternating ridges. So shallow sediment filled body of water formed by the retreating glaciers. So this is the kettle lake. So this was all about the landforms of glacier. So see, cirque we have seen, then Tarn lake we have seen, Horn, then we have seen glacial troughs. So glacial troughs is what like this, when the formation it is taking place like a trough, then these trough parts are known as the glacial trough. So remember that one. Then outward plain we have seen, and came is it is like a bigger boulders. So that is known as the came. So remember this one. And moraine, sorry, I need to cut this name. Moraine actually it will come in this part. Moraine, that is the deposition landform. So moraine is a deposition landform. So this is all about the landforms formed by the glaciers. So now in this parts, any doubt in glacial landforms? Okay, now we have finished about the glacial landforms. Now we'll start about the aeolian landforms. You can say it as the aeolian, or also you can say it as the arid landforms or desert landforms, or you can say it as the wind landforms. So remember all these names. So we'll study about the desert landforms. So desert landforms are where that land is particularly like it is a barren. Okay, and where there is no houses, anything. So it is like there will be harsh climates. So all those landforms form in that particular area. So they are known as the desert landforms. So deserts may due to wind, that mostly all those erosion and deposition will be happening due to wind. So that we also call it as the wind landforms. And all these mostly that we see deserts are located between the 15 to 30-degree parallels. So in both the north and southern hemisphere, it will be all those desert landforms. Desert will be there in this area only. So remember this one, that it will be within 15 degree to 30 degree. So they will be lying in the trade wind belt. So that when you say about the winds, they will say trade wind, tropical winds. So all those everything will see. So that what it will be lying, they will be lying in the desert landforms are in the trade winds. So see, type of desert means we have the rocky desert. Rocky desert means that big boulders, sandy particles will be there. So see, it consists of large stretches of bare rock. So like a sand, that sand will be like a large rock. So that is the hamada, or you can say the rocky rocks. We see different types of rocks. So we have the hamada rocks. Then we have the rake or stony rocks, stony desert. Then we have the earth or sandy desert. Then we have the badland. So see, hamada is what? Big rock particles will be there in the deserts. Next sand particles, big sand particles. So that is known as the rocky desert. And sand, stony desert is what? Smaller stones will be there. See, lies. It will have the rough surface. So that is known as the rake or stony desert. Then we have the earth desert. That smaller grains type sand, that smaller grains type will be there, and they will be forming like layer lies. If you see in that area, so that means that is the earth or sandy desert. And badland means what? That some particles have got eroded from here, and they have settled down in this area. They have settled down, and from there also erosion have happened. So what is happening? This type of lands will be not suitable for anything. So that is known as the badlands deserts. Means neither any human movement can take place here, nor it will be having most of the deserts. They have a harsh climate. Then agriculture movement also can't happen. Then even the king of deserts, camel also can't move at these places. So these are under the badlands. So even this type of desert is also known as the badland topography. Okay. So rake or stony deserts, so composed of extensive seeds or angular pebbles. Means what? This can, it will be like these pebbles will be lice also. It can be lice also, small that pebbles type. So stony deserts are more accessible than sandy deserts, and large herds or camels are kept there. Then earth or sandy deserts, so also known as a sea of sand. It's a smaller particles with it. So that is another sea of sand. So wind deposits vast stretches of undulating sand dunes in the direction of wind. So that is sandy desert is a deposition. So small grains will be there. So that is another sandy desert. Badlands is what? That gully type, or you can say valley type flat. It will be there in middle. Some parts have been eroded light. Some parts will be eroded lines. It will be like a mountain type only. So that is another badlands. So that will be not fit for agriculture or survival. So consists of gully and ravines formed on hill slopes and rock surfaces by the extent of water action. So due to that, that will be not suitable for anything. So finally, that leads to the abandonment of entire regions by its inhabitants. So this type of lands are known as the badlands, desert, and this type of topography known as the badland topography. So okay, in this, see how erosion is happening. In this, how erosion or deposition is taking place, that is due to the weathering in this area. So all this weathering, how it is happening? It is happening because of, mostly it is happening because of wind. So it is happening because of wind part. So most potent factor in reducing rocks to sand in arid region. So weathering is the most important potent factor. So weathering is wind. Suppose if larger rock particles, rock mountains are there, head of sand. So wind will be coming. That higher in what will happen? It will be coming and hitting this part. So because of hitting these parts, some parts will be breaking down and it will coming down and it will settling down here at the same places. So erosion is what we say that has been traveled, broke down, and it has been traveled to some other place. What weathering is what that particular have got broken, and that particular have settled down or fall down at that at the bottom itself, nearby that particular mountain, or you can say that landforms. So that is one of the weathering. So in this type of in arid erosion happens mostly due to the weathering. Then see, now in the deflation what will happen? Then lifting and blowing away of loose materials from the ground. So deflation is what? Lifting here. Some smaller particles are there. It has taken like this is surface. So above this some small particles are there. So smaller particles all those are lifted and blown away by the wind. So that smaller particles what is happening? They will be depending on the larger size of the material. So see, now wind in upper part what will happen? It will be having the high energy, but all those winds flowing on the land forms like a smaller parts, like a down part, they will be not having that much energy. So here what will happen? Like suppose something mountain like this forms in the, and all those materials lying down here. So they will be lifted. Okay. So they will be broken, they will be lifted. So final dust and sand may be removed miles away from their place of origin. So that in that what happens? Deflation. In that what happens? Now suppose that it is like a mountain here. So now it is heating here, then it is blowing away these particles. So here what is happening? This here height is shortening, then height is becoming lighter. So these types are known as the deflation. Okay. Then what is on the lowering of the land surface to form a large depression? When the depression is formed, is known as the deflation hollow. So see, due to the deflation process, so on the upper part, this part have a blown away. So this has become like a this type. So here you can see when the water is settling down there. So here also you can see some like you can lake in the desert. There you can see. So this part is known as the deflation hollow. Without water, this part is known as the deflation hollow. So due to abrasion also we have the erosion in the desert. So this also results in the abrasion. Abrasion is what? It is due to movement like coming and hitting. So that due to that sand blasting is happening. So that is the abrasion. And in other parts we have studied like in glacial we have studied for the abrasion part only. So that scratching is happening. So here also wind is blowing and that scratching in type will be happening. So that is the abrasion. So in that, because of abrasion also we have the erosion part in the desert landforms. Then due to the attrition. So attrition is what? When wind-borne particles roll against one another. So when that rolling movement are taking place. So that rolling movements when they're taking place, so it will be what? They're rolling with each other. So due to friction, faulting will happening, then they will be breaking into smaller parts. So that is the attrition. So in that, due to attrition process also, we have the, so if they ask that what are the forces or due to which type of forces we have the weathering or erosion in the desert. So due to attrition, due to abrasion, you can say. So weathering process we have, then abrasion. In the landforms of the wind erosion in the desert, we have the rock pedestal or mushroom rocks. So all those important landforms, erosion landforms and deposition landforms, all those everything we have in this part. See, erosion landforms we have rake or Naan Thaliavan. See, rake, this type of rake, this rake they have the different names. So this rake is also named the Hamadas in Vyakshana. So remember all these names also. So they might give, they see, at least that particular landform is known as the rake only. But they might give that some other name also, like sign they might give, or they might give the giver, they might give this series name. So in this, so remember all these names. So that is rake only. So in other, like some other parts, in different parts of the continents, they have the different names. So that is the rakes. Then pediments and pediplanes, that due to erosion, pediments or pediplanes land formation will taking place. Then we have the inselberg, then we have the depletion, then we hollows will be having deflation hollow, that we studied. Then we have the mushroom rocks, that names, their different names are there. So that is also known as the pedestal rocks, or you can say that name as the hoodoes. So that is the phrase. So air dunks we have, and also we have the ridges. Air dunks we can call it the ridges. Then furrow structure. Then we have the ventifax, Jugan. All these landforms, they are the erosion landforms in the desert part. So that is the Aeolian erosional landforms. Then the position is what? When they are that smaller particles are flowing, they are blown away. They are settling down at some places. They are depositing at some places. So that is one of the sand dunes. So that sand dunes, they are becoming big. So in that sand dunes, it has the different names. So in French, you can see there are different types of sand dunes. So in that you can see it as a earth, that is known as grass. Then that earth, grass, that is known as sand or sea dunes. Okay. Then we have the sand seat. That grass is known as sand or sea dune, or that you can appear as a seat also. Then we have the playa. So that is known as the playa lakes. Okay. Then we have the formation of loess. So don't get confused with the levees. This landform that happens in the fluvial, and don't get confused with this loess. So these are the depositional landforms in the Aeolian part, the desert part. So see here. Here we will see about the Bajda and pediment. So in this Bajda and pediment, what will happen? That landforms, the floor of desert depression, made up of two features, that is Bajda and pediments. So at this part we will see in the later stage. Okay. First we will see about the erosional landforms. So see here we have the inselberg. So inselberg means what? Now see, this is the mountain type. Now wind has come with the energy. So this particular that rocks are broken, they are flowing, they are blown away. So they are becoming a shape like this. Like you can say, they are having like their steep slopes formation taking place. So these type of landforms are known as the inselbergs. So inselberg is what? That inselbergs are happening in the island type. So they are basically isolated residual hills, and they are the residuals, means that all those materials have been blown away. So they are the residual hills. So they have the steep slopes. So they are known as the inselberg. Then we have the mesh and buds. So mesas and buds. So here what is happening? Mesa means see, particularly that landforms have blown away. All those soils have sands have blown away, and there what is happening? Due to high temperature, these parts having the steep type, that particles what happening, that at the side, at the corner itself, some that part at the corner itself, that some parts are broken. So that is that type of landforms, and mostly that is broken like in a rectangular shape. So that part is the mesas. Then we have the buds. Buds we will see in the later stage. Mesa is a flat table-like landmass with a very resistant horizontal top and very steep sides. So they will be having the steep side, and that particular corner only it will be broken. So continuous denudation through edges may reduce mesas in area, so that they are becoming a isolated flat-topped hills. So that flat-topped hills are known as the buds. When that everything are broken, so that denudation is happening, then they have become like a flat top. So that is known as the buds. So many of which are separated by deep gorges and canyons. So this type of takes place due to the wind also, and also due to the flowing of like plate movements also it takes place, and flowing of wind also. These landforms are erosional landforms, and that their formation have been taken place. See, this part have become nice, like a smaller parts. First it was a bigger parts, and there they have the steep side, and that the corner that broken parts is there. Then after, due to erosion, continuous erosion, it has become like a smaller part. So this a smaller part in the but. So see, this is the mushroom rocks. This is also erosional landform. See what is happening. Suppose on the desert area, they have some like highland lies there. So what is happening? Wind is blowing those soft parts. So when it is blowing, it is taking the shape of mushroom. It is taking the shape of mushroom. All these parts are blown away, and only upper parts that is like a colder type you can say. So it is taking the shape of mushroom. So this particular landform is known as mushroom rocks, or you can say it also say it as also the rock pedestal. So this is known as the mushroom rock. And also you can in French we have the name it as the Houdos. So remember this name. Then here dance. So what is happening? Dance what? Suppose due to water movement or due to wind movement, this particular there is a gap between these parts. So these are known as the air dance, or you can say it as like a Jugan also. They are similar to the Jugan parts. So this Raijan parts in that rectangular, that linear type, that is known as the air dance. So instead of lying in horizontal strata upon one another, the hard and soft rocks of air dance are vertical bands. So they are lying in the vertical type. So these erosional landforms are the air dance. So rocks are aligned in the direction of prevailing winds. So winds of region express the bands of softer rocks into narrow bodies, steep-sided, and also you can call it as the Julian. Remember this name. See. Now all those soft rocks and hard rocks land formation that then this soft rocks are blown away. Okay, soft rocks are blown away. So here this type is known as the air down. And if we have in the horizontal part, that horizontal part when it is blown away, and we have the horizontal part, so that type of rock is known as the Jugan. So see here it lies, this part have been blown away. So this part is known as the Jugan, and when at the down that part is blowing, that soft is blowing light, it is forming. Okay, sorry, actually there was a network issues. So we'll see. We were seeing about the aeolian landforms. So in aeolian landforms, that is also known as the desert landforms. So in that desert landforms, we have the erosion landforms, and also we have the deposition land. So in deposition landforms, we have the loess, we have sand dunes like that Barchans. So we have the different types of sand dunes also. So in the deposition landforms, we have different types like mushroom rocks, then incel blocks we have, then we have the ventifax and dicanter, then we have the deflation hollows. So this ventifax and dicanter. So see here, we will see about the ventifax and then dicanter. So ventifax, what they are the generally pebbles, like they have the edges. So due to the sand blasting, what has happened? Their edge have become like a they have the sharp edges. So that sharp edges are known as that they become type of shape of a sharp edges. So see these type sharp edges it has become. So this is known as the ventifax. So rock fragments weathered from the mountains. So that arc shaped they are the shaped and polished through by the wind abrasion. So now at the windward side, what has happened? It has become the smooth. So now wind direction when that changing place, then other side that fast is breaking. So that what is happening? That when that sharp edges are on the ventifax. Okay. Now when that sharp edges is from the three sides that is known as the dicanter. So see here in this diagram. So they have the sharp edges. So this sharp edges is known as the ventifax, and when they have from the three sides, then from the backwards also the sharp edges, and they have become these parts have grown away and they have become smoothened part. So this type of erosional landforms known as the ventifax and dicanter. So remember that three sharp edges or more than three, they are known as dicanter, and one sharp edges or the one windward side, so that is known as the ventifax. Then we'll see about the deflation hollows. So that deflation is taking place. That wind lowers the ground by blowing away the unconsolidated materials and they're forming a depression. So that depression is known as the deflation hollow. So see, now in this what is happening, water is settling down. That due to rain or some water movement or nearby rivers, that water is settling down in the depression area. So that particular landform is the oasis. So that is known as the oasis. So this type of landforms we can see in the western USA, where we have the desert. So there we can see the oasis part. So see here, Playa Lake, all this, now all these parts we'll see. See what is happening. Now suppose if this is a big mountains, okay. So here what is happening, now big mountains, when these parts are broken down, okay. Now this part is broken down, and from here that all the broken parts are getting settled down at these places, okay. So these places they are settling down. So this particular place is with the Vajda. So here, this is with the Vajda. Then we have the this one. These parts are broken and they have become like a smaller parts in the, and in this we have this in silver formation also. So this type of landform is known as the pediment. So this is known as the pediment. So this is Vajda, this is the pediment. So Vajda you can say the down part, like a ground part, that smaller parts you know the Vajda, and when this is somewhat little upward to the ground part, then this is the pediment. So these parts are broken down, and it's taken that all those materials have got settled this here, this side, then this side. So that is known as the Vajda and pediment. So this is about the Vajda and pediment. Then in this we'll see about the Playa Lake. That Playa Lake is a depositional landforms. So that everything we'll see tomorrow. So today with this part we'll finish our class, because at 7 o'clock we have the other classes of Indian mathematics. So today with the Vajda and pediment we'll finish our class, and tomorrow we'll see we'll finish this alluvial landforms and also the coastal landforms. We'll finish both these landforms, and there we'll discuss some questions, and after that we'll start the geology. And in climatology, tomorrow we finish all those geomorphology for coastal landforms and this landform. So we'll start with the climatology, and tomorrow after that climatology we'll try to finish in 3 to 4 classes. So with that we'll win our class, and if you have any doubt you can ask for me now. We have the 1 more minute, so you can ask any doubt. Anyone any doubt in any landforms, how these are formed? Okay, so no issues. So now we'll finish up our class, and any doubt, anything you can ask for me, and all those notes already I have shared, and important notes, UPSC notes I will share to you all, those who have attended the class.